Have you ever wondered how historians piece together the past, distinguishing between first-hand accounts and later interpretations, to build a reliable narrative? Understanding the different types of historical evidence is absolutely fundamental to unlocking the truth of any era, including the rich tapestry of Black history. Primary and secondary historical sources are the two main categories of evidence historians use. A primary source is an original and filtered piece of information from the period being studied, offering a direct window into the past. In contrast, a secondary source is an interpretation or analysis of primary sources, created after the fact by someone who did not directly experience the event. The why behind these classifications is crucial for historical integrity and accuracy. Primary sources provide raw data, capturing immediate perspectives and details without the lens of later analysis. They are the building blocks, allowing historians to form their own conclusions. Secondary sources, on the other hand, offer context, synthesis, and different viewpoints, helping to weave individual facts into a broader narrative and highlight ongoing scholarly debates. Without both, our understanding would be either fragmented or lacking critical perspective. To identify these sources, consider their proximity to the event. Ask yourself, was this created by someone who was there, or was it created later by someone reflecting on it? For example, a diary entry by a formerly enslaved person, an original photograph from a civil rights march, or the Emancipation Proclamation itself are all primary sources. A textbook chapter discussing the Emancipation Proclamation, a scholarly article analyzing civil rights photography, or a biography of that formerly enslaved person are secondary sources, interpreting those original materials. An interesting nuance in historical methodology is that what constitutes a primary source can sometimes shift depending on the research question. For instance, a 21st century scholarly book on the Great Migration is typically a secondary source. However, if your research question is about the historiography of the Great Migration, meaning the study of how history has been written about it over time, then that same 21st century book becomes a primary source for understanding scholarly trends. This highlights the dynamic nature of historical inquiry. Grasping the distinction between primary and secondary sources empowers you to critically evaluate historical arguments, understand the foundations of historical claims, and even engage more deeply with the past yourself. It allows you to appreciate the painstaking work involved in reconstructing history and to discern which voices are speaking directly from the past and which are interpreting its echoes.